Hi, I'm Christopher Hein. Today we're going to talk about my seventh form, so the seventh form that I do, which is analogous to Saito Sensei's fifth form, so very similar to his fifth form. I put 6 and 7 together because they have the same intro, and that's also true for Saito Sensei's. They have the same beginning piece, and so when I do it, you see two different answers that could happen from that same situation. So I'm going to get Josh over here. We're going to go work. Josh? All right, so let's talk about my seventh form, which is analogous to Saito Sensei's fifth form. I'm going to show you the way that I learned this form, and then I'm going to show you the slight changes that I think maybe should happen, although I still mostly do it this way I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I teach it with the exact same beginning as the previous form. So my seventh form, my sixth form have the exact identical beginning. Also, so do Saito Sensei's second form and his fifth form, right? So, and that basic idea is this, that I'm in a panic state, boom, and I pop this to the side, and then I immediately thrust back in at Josh. Now, the way he dealt with it in the last form was to go by me with like an uke nagashi style action here. Boom, he slides in, and then we're in the close range position. He goes for the leg, right? Another way that you could interpret this form that isn't this way also is just like first form, right? So when we do this, he could just back up and Jodan Gai Shiuchi back. Yeah, that's this form. Yeah, there we go, boom. So he could just Jodan Gai Shiuchi back, right? So this is just like first form. So I'm here and I fire for him and he gets back. Okay, now we already learned basically all those lessons in first form, so we don't need to repeat that here. So are there any further ideas? And I believe yes, this next one is a further idea. He could just jump back in a relatively the same position, right? So when I fire in, he just jumps back, right? So that's what he's looking for, is just to jump back out of the way. He's not trying to strike me or anything else, so we're not seeing that. He's just getting out of the way. Okay, now from this situation where he's out of the way for another thrust, right? What would I do? Well, we learned in first form that I would Jodan Gai Shiuchi to get him, right? So this is what I'm going to do. Boom, I'm going to track him down with the Jodan Gai Shiuchi. So what he does is he throws a Katate Gedan Gaishi. So as we come up here, boom, he's popping me with the Katate Gedan Gaishi. However, in the form, I see it before it gets that far, so he does that, I duck right underneath and I protect my head coming here, right? And so the reason I'm getting low is I'm defending absolutely everything in one action, right? So defending my legs, my head, and everything in one action because I get out of the way. So even if he changed his angle here to hit me, boom, I'm defended against this, right? And that's all the way down, so I'm in a really good position for everything, okay? Where you should be opening your hand is this one because more likely he's going to try and hit your head here in this. Less likely he's going to try to hit this hand. However, if I did see him go low, I could change that at a moment's notice, right? But your normal position should be this. All you're doing is turning the stick over. So look, I was already doing that anyways. I'm coming over like this, and all I do is change it as I drop down to one knee. Okay, now from this, he's going to let it swing through just like a normal Katate Gedan Gaishi. And then his idea is to smash me on top of the head, bonk. When he does that, I bring my hands over first, like this. And then I try and make this glance off as much as I can, coming here. And then boom, I'm set up for a really nice thrust there. Okay, so basically the way I learned this, and let's switch roles here real quick for this, right? Okay, so I come in to Josh. He's going to knock that away. Then he thrusts in at me. And the way I learned it was to pull back like this. And then as Josh comes in, I swing through here like this to him. And then I come down to smash him. He pushes that to the side, and then he thrusts me here, okay? I think it's good to understand what's happening in that moment of the Katate Gedan Gaishi. So in Saito Sensei's work, when we see Katate Gedan Gaishi, we're always seeing it from this position. I think this is a really easy way to teach new people how to do this so they get less confused. However, what you really should understand is that that action is in Sube. Right? So the way that I teach my partner forms, and we'll see those eventually, is that when we get here, this action is a sliding action, just a secondary sliding action. And that makes the action much more deceptive, right? So meaning here in this, when, actually I want to do the other roll, sorry. When Josh comes in for me and I just hop back, right, like this, I'm setting up a sube. Now, what could happen here is Josh could come with the Jodan Gai Shiuchi and he could get me here if I tried to sube him, right? But I'm going to make way more length. So if Josh goes it is exactly the same length, you can see here I'm still going to clip him. Don't outspeed me. So you can see I'm going to clip him. So even though he pushed back with this attack, if he goes back, I'll still get him because I'm going one-handed, right? And so one-handed gives me more length than two-handed will, right? So that's the advantage of using this action. Even if he was going to pull back from a ski, he could still do that. So if we used first form answer for this, right? So in first form answer, basically, sorry, we gotta beat this roll. So first form answer would be this. I come in, Josh pops it to the side, and I hop back, and now I'm expecting Josh to cover the distance with Jonan Gaishuch, and I pop him here. Now, if Josh knows first form answer is coming, he can scoot back slightly beyond that, okay? But if he does the same thing with this, what's going to happen is this. I'm still going to tag him. So I get more reach. So I'm actually taking care of both situations here, where if I just went back to the other one, I would only take care of one situation. So it's a better strategic advantage for me, right? And it's another addition to how this ranging situations work. So this is a real nice special little bit in a form here, I think, that shows you, here's another idea that could come, and that's that one-handed extends further, right? So with this one-hand extension, I can get even further than he can in Ken Kamae, right? So Ski Kamae is pretty limited. Ken Kamae gives you a little more reach, but Katate stuff gives you way more reach. And so here's a caveat where that might play out. So maybe that was actually over-explained for some things, but yeah, there's a bunch of information for you. So I'm Christopher Hein, this is Joshua Teehee. Behind that camera right there is Maya Solano McDaniel. We'll see you in a future video.